Hi, I'm Oksana, and this video is for Steve. I would like to explain why actually I would like to apply for scholarship for master class, and why I decided to take LSAT while I'm not traditional applicant. I'm an older applicant, and I'm a foreigner. So I would like to explain my reasons and how actually I found this website, how I found Steve. So I'm coming from France, and English is not my first language, and I learned it in school, but however, it's not my first language, while SAT is difficult for everybody in America, and people who are born with English, I was not. So for me, it's twice double difficult than for them. Also, some things like logical reasoning I did in school, and since a little while I did not make it, so I had to start everything from scratch. And while it's challenging and interesting, it is still a big challenge for me. So what I actually like in LSAT, I like the challenge in everything, but in particular like logic games, they're fun, and they're also many different types, which is amusing in the same time make you think, and it seems like I'm learning something new with each type of logic games, while logical reading comprehension make me sleep. So there is a problem. I would like to learn how to read comprehensively and in the meantime effectively. I would like to spend my time concentrating on what I'm reading, because sometimes those texts are so boring and so long, and sometimes I don't understand in the beginning what they're talking about, so I have to read it twice. So I have this challenge with reading comprehension. With logical reasoning, my difficulty, of course, is to concentrate on one answer, because there are several answers, like for many people, and also for students of Steve, I think there are several challenges for them. They said that they choose in general two answers. That's what I'm doing too. I have this problem, and often the second answer is actually wrong. The one I'm choosing is the wrong answer, not the right. And then I said, how it can happen? How I can go back and select the right answer while I'm selecting constantly the wrong answer when I'm in between the two? So I would like to understand this difference, to perceive why I'm constantly selecting one of them true, and the one I'm selecting is often not the right one. So it depends, of course, on the, like, I think LSAT is not just to find a right answer, it's much more than that. And I think the concentration, self-balance, self-wellness, and everything which is outside the examination is so much important to achieve the score you want. And I would like to learn how to do this. I think that Steve is a perfect professor to learn with him, because I assisted to many of his free classes until now, and also like prep for law school, not only prep for SAT, but what you can do with the SAT after, what I find very important, and which I didn't find elsewhere before that. So how I found Steve? Just online, just searched for something new, and he had these prep plans. I found it interesting, and this is something which I never saw before with someone else. So I would like, of course, to apply this prep plan for myself. I'm currently a PhD student in conflict resolution, so conflict resolution is something very close to law school, and there are many things in common in law school. I'm also fascinated with conflict resolution, like dispute resolution is one of the key in law school, and they are concentrated on that. It's something recent, and which is developing area in science, and is also effective. So how I decided to go to law school, because I think that justice, I still, I still believe in justice, and I think that justice is very important, and believe in justice is even more important than the justice in itself. So once I will stop to believe in it, I will die. And yes, and I think that common law, because I'm coming from France and we have a civil law, is definitely not that much exciting and interesting like common law, because common law is exactly what I like. It's an interesting area, and it's an interesting area to practice compared to civil law. Of course, I've never been in law school in my country, but I had to go for small claims in court, and I had attorneys whom I worked with, and sometimes it was a disaster. So I said to myself that if I can do this, maybe I can apply some special skills. And also, like, human factor skills are important, not just money for money. No, communication is a key for everything. That's what I think, that's what I believe in. And I think that once we understand the person we're working with, and we understand the client, right, and we know what they want, then we can apply what we can, our skills and everything, what we learned until now. And the law and legal advice can be given only once you understand what they need. So I think that at my stage, at my age, at this stage of my life, I'm ready to do this. I really think that I understand people, and I like people, I like to help, and I would like to help. So law school is expensive, and particularly for out-of-state students like me, it is much more expensive, and scholarships are few. So I would like to get this opportunity for this class, for example, to be a foreign student of Steve and try to improve my level, because I started with low 140s, of course, in the beginning, because for me logic games were something which oh my god, what is this, where am I? And now I'm much better in logic games, but I switched from nice reading comprehension, understanding, towards something which makes me sleep. So I would like to achieve to a different level. I'm in my mid and high 50s, 150, and I would like to get like to 165. I understand that I will not get until 170, but my goal score is 165. And I'm not stupid. I have a GPA of 4. My bachelor degree was like summa cum laude. So I don't think that I have a problem with the intellectual achievement, but it's just a trouble also to concentrate. And I have this issue with the timing. Like, timing is pressing me so much. So I'm thinking my first session in general, I'm failing it because I'm so much inside of timing. I'm thinking, oh my god, I have only 35 minutes. I have 1 minute and a half for each question. So in the beginning, it's like so bad food. And then I'm getting better and better. I'm more concentrated, more relaxed. I would like also to learn, if it's possible, with Steve, how to manage my anxiety and my how to actually to work on my preparation outside of LSAT, but just overall. How can I come to the room to pass my examination without thinking about it? How can I work on myself, on my skills, on my on my stress level? How can I manage this? How can I manage my own body to think, to concentrate on something which is very important to pass my test, instead of thinking of timing or thinking about that someone is moving around me, there is a noise, there is a time, and I'm out of time? How can I concentrate with the time I have on the things which are most important? And I think that Steve, he had this capacity to explain. Actually, when I'm listening to him, I understand what he's saying. And I also assisted before to different other classes, like Kaplan class. I took some, some of their free classes, and it was different. It was much more different at the point that they try to attract as much as possible audience, and then it's like a mass class.